Welcome to In Motion, a bonus series put on by the podcast Effervescent. This bonus series is where we take you behind the scenes, and instead of just telling you what health is, we show you. So today we're going to do a stretching episode. Stretching can be spiritual, can be mental, can be physical, it can be whatever you want it to be. Yogis believe that you are only as young as your spine is flexible. So today we're going to focus on moving our spine in the 7 directions that it's capable of moving. So go ahead, sit down. If you've noticed I'm not using a yoga mat, that is very intentional. You do not need a yoga mat to stretch your body. So go ahead, lie down, get on the ground. We're going to start on our backs. So as you're getting there on your back, maybe you tuck your knees in and you just start to sway. We're starting on our back because the spine carries prana, your life force energy. And as you sway here, side to side, or maybe you rock back and forth on your spine, you're waking up your spine and the cervical fluid that's inside. So just a couple more rocks. And when you're ready, we'll start with the first direction of the spine. So extend one leg, maybe your left leg, keeping your right knee into the chest. And then guide that knee to cross all the way over your body, coming into a spinal twist. If your body pops or creaks, that's okay. Your arms can become football post arms. It can stay down by your side, whatever's most comfortable for you here. And as you get into this position, start to take nice mindful breaths. We're going to do about 3 full body breaths here. And as you exhale, think the word release. One more time. Exhale all the air as you slowly roll back to center. Again, tucking the knees into the chest. Just reset the spine for a moment. And when you're ready, do the opposite side. Extend one leg and then cross the other leg over the body. Coming into that spinal twist. So these are the first 2 directions that your spine can move. Twisting right and twisting left. Taking those nice mindful breaths in. Exhale, thinking the word release. And as you release, imagine that you're wringing out your spine like you would a wet towel full of water and maybe soap. Wherever you're at, let's do one more mindful breath. Inhaling, full body inhale. Exhale, let the spine twist a little bit further. And then bring it all the way back to center. So good. Tuck both knees into the chest one last time. Rock side to side. If you want to add a little bit more movement, you can rock forward and back. Just realigning your spine. When you're ready, we're going to work our way to our stomach. So get there however is comfortable to you. Now, once you're on your stomach, plant your arms in front of you. So your shoulders are going to be directly over your elbows. And this is a more active stretch. We're going to move into the 3rd direction of the spine. So as you plant your hands, spread your fingertips wide. Again, your elbows are directly under your shoulders as you press the ground away. Yes, it's more active. Now take one arm. Let's start with our left and reach it all the way back and grab your left foot. Now, if you can't reach your left foot, that's totally normal. Just reach towards it as your foot reaches towards your hand, okay? You can also use a strap if you have one, but if not, that's okay. And then when you're there, open the heart. So you're pressing the ground away with your hand, and you're kicking into your other hand to open up your heart. Externally rotate your shoulder. We're arcing the back. This is the 3rd direction of the spine. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale without slingshotting. Slowly release. Planting your hand back down next to the other. And just readjusting. Maybe you rock side to side. And then do the other side. Arm reaches back, grabs onto your leg, onto your foot, your ankle, whatever it can reach, and then kick into that hand, opening up your shoulder. If you're doing this in the morning, that can be especially tight, so just breathe. Try to soften the body. One more deep body breath. Again, without slingshotting, consciously releasing the foot. Hand comes back to meet the other. Extend both feet long and just readjust your hips. Now from here, you're going to press into your hands, turn your toes under. You actually are going to need to move your hands back just so you can press yourself up, and you're going to use your strength to press into a tabletop. So press all the way up, all the way up. So good. From here, open the knees wide, sit back on your heels, and walk your hands forward into a child's pose. And as you work into this child's pose, let your forehead touch the ground, tucking your chin to your chest. In doing so, you're moving into the fourth move of the spine, where you're rounding through the back. I like to add a little movement here, rocking side to side, but just listen to your body. What does your body need right now? Is it asking for a little more movement, or is it asking for stillness? Come up a little bit, lifting your body up, take a deep breath, and then sit all the way back down into child's pose. Again, tucking the chin so that you're really stretching through the fascial line that goes all the way from the head to the toes. Pressing into the hands, we'll come up to tabletop. Your knees will be directly under your hips and your hands will be directly under your shoulders. Press the tops of your feet down on the ground. Spread your fingertips wide so you set up a strong foundation before you begin to move. Now continue the two movements that we've already done, where we arc the spine, sticking the tailbone up to the sky and the top of the head up to the sky, and then reverse, tucking your tailbone under like a dog would tuck its tail, tuck your chin to your chest, and reach your belly button up towards the sky. Continue to do these at your own speed. Listen to your body, listen to your spine. Maybe you pause in a position that feels like your body really is needing to hold here. Maybe breathe. Let's do one more of each, rounding through the spine, and then arcing the spine. Then turn your toes under, lift your knees off the ground, and come to a down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. As you're in down dog, pedal your legs. Let there be movement. Maybe you even let there be movement in your shoulders. Now I want you to notice your spine here. If you're holding in down dog, is your tailbone tucked under because you're reaching your heels so far towards the ground but they don't quite reach? If so, you're going to bend your knees just slightly, actually quite significantly. Bend your knees until your spine uncurls at your tailbone and your tailbone can reach towards the sky. That will allow your heart to fall deeper towards your knees, and it will allow your spine to be longer, which is the fifth movement. Again, keep those knees significantly bent so that your spine is long. And just roll through the neck, yes and no. Take one more breath. Cross the ankles. So step them together a little closer to your hands, cross them, and then gradually walk your hands back to come to a seated position. Now I'm going to turn and face the camera, but you can stay wherever you're at. Now once you're seated, try to have a long spine. If this is uncomfortable for you, which is very common for it to be, try to sit on a pillow or on a block or maybe a stack of books if you have them close by, to lift the hips higher than the knees. That will make it less intense on your low back and on your hips. Wherever you're at, long spine, tailbone pushes down into the ground, rooting to rise. So root down with your tailbone, actively pressing down, and then your spine, one vertebra at a time, is reaching up. Specifically focus on the back of your neck. Sometimes we'll lift our chin too high and kink the back. You want your neck even to be long on all sides. And as you're reaching, relax. Breathe. We're almost done today. Just a couple more movements, the last two movements of the spine. Plant your right hand on the ground. Left arm is going to reach all the way up and over, moving into a side stretch. Breathe here and try to have space between your shoulder and your neck. I like to rock my neck side to side and kind of move it to get a little bit more stretch. The closer you go to the ground, the deeper of a stretch it's going to be. Inhale, come back to center, both arms reach up, and then switch. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up and over. Try to stay soft and try to focus on your spine. There's a lot of movement in this position and there's a lot of sensation. Our focus today is on the spine. So imagine you're creating that C shape in this pose. Go ahead and switch, arms reach up. We're going to do this a few times. One hand reaches the ground, the other reaches up and over. Create the C with your spine. And move at your own pace, okay? You don't need to move as fast as I am or as slow as I am. Just do what feels good in your body. When the spine gets tight, it can create blockages, both in your energy and your physical body. And the spine governs everything, emotional, physical, you name it. So it's so important to have a relationship with your spine and make sure that you're taking care of it, not keeping it compressed. Even standing compresses the spine. So doing this yoga flow can really help to decompress the spine, and that's going to create health energetically, but also physically throughout your whole body. Wherever you're at, let's do one more on each side. Unrushed. And once you finish, if you finish before me, go ahead and just find your seated position. Hands on the knees, tall spine. Now we're going to end standing, so we're going to work up to a standing position just to feel a little more energized. So plant your hands on the ground. Again, I'm going to turn my body, but you can do it however you want. We're going to plant our hands on the ground, and we're going to come to a forward fold. Let me explain. So plant your hands, rock all the way up onto your knees, uncross your ankles, and then turn your toes under and lift your hips up. Forward fold. Walk your hands to your legs and just pause here. Oh, you might feel tight. I feel tight. I like to add movement whenever I feel tight, so it's not so intense on my body. Now from here, plant your hands on your shins or your thighs, okay? And we're going to do a half lift where we lengthen through the spine. Tailbone reaches back to the wall behind you and top of the head reaches forward. Your belly button is up and in, so it's almost engaging your abs. Deep breath. And then exhale all the air out as you tuck your tummy and roll all the way down. Drop the head heavy. Now roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time, and take your time getting there. One at a time. Shoulders roll back, Head is the last thing to rise. Tadasana. From here, set up your foundation. This is our final pose for our practice. Plant your feet in a place that feels the most stable today. This can change practice to practice. And lift all 10 toes up. And then grip the ground one toe at a time, anchoring in your position. Yes. Your tailbone reaches down to the ground. You might find you dumping, reach it down. Your core lifts up just a centimeter out of the hips to create more space, more length in the spine. So good. Heart reaches forward. Shoulders reach back, opening the heart. Neck lengthens on all sides. Forehead is soft, and then top of the head reaches to the sky. Hands are along the sides of your body, fingertips spreading apart and reaching down. Find your breath. You move so beautifully today. Now to finish out practice, fill in the blank. I am embodying, and whatever word comes to your mind first, let that be truth. Thank you for practicing with me today. Thanks for taking a moment out of your day to listen to your body and take care of it. I can promise you there are ripple effects moving forward when you take time to take care of yourself. If you haven't listened to our podcast yet, it's called Effervescent, and it will be linked in the show notes. And next week, we're actually doing an episode on stretching, where we don't just talk about the physical benefits of stretching, but we actually talk about the emotional, the spiritual, mental, and physical. So make sure to tune into that. That will be live on Tuesdays, just like every other episode. And until next time.